today is all about changes. We are going to look into what you need to change right now in your life so that you can have more abundance, more happiness, and more connections that feel good to you, because that's what we all need, right? That helps us along on our journey as well. Okay, so we're going to do that in this reading today. But first, I want to introduce myself. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Adele Mitchell, and welcome to my channel. I will be doing this reading for all general signs, so everyone is welcome. And I do believe that you will find something quite special in this reading that will pertain to your life because you tapped on this video today. All right, let's get into it, shall we? So, what needs to change in your life right now? What you need to know about that change and how to go about it too. Okay, motivation. Ooh, they both came out. Communication. Rejuvenation. Alrighty, we have a lot of shuns. Oh, the beauty card. Okay, let's get into it. We have several cards here to talk about. The first one is motivation. The level of motivation is lacking lately. Even though you may feel like you've been putting a lot of your efforts in to a degree, you feel like you've been trying your hardest to a certain level, there's more. There's more that you can pull out of yourself. There's more for you to do to accomplish the goals that you've set in place for yourself. Your goals are quite high. They really, really are. And that's why this motivation card has come up, because it doesn't mean that they're not attainable. It just means that the type of energy and the focus drive is just not, it's just not there. It's not optimal at this time. So you're going to want to really, power up. How you can do that is, you can do things that help your own self, your body, your health. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure that you are enjoying life and not just work. Because when we do that, we tend to crash down a little bit. So, it's important that you keep giving back to yourself, Take note of how much water you're drinking in a day, because a lot of people, they'll overlook that, or they'll think that they got their hydration in other ways, drinking other beverages, but really the main source of water is what's going to help, build up on your energy levels and get that, energy around motivation pumped up to the degree that the universe is saying needs to change right now. Communication. So how you're communicating with people right now is just not to a point of receiving back what you need from them. So if you're getting into a lot of arguments, if people are not being precise or clear with you, if you find that, you're asking questions and not receiving answers in return that are fulfilling, that's coming from your side of it. So, it's kind of goes back to that old saying, like, are you asking the right questions? So you're going to want to really think before you speak these days. And I know that there are moments where you are trying your best. I saw that in the motivation card. Almost to the point where you're trying too hard. But it's good to keep giving back to yourself, as we mentioned before, so that you can be clear in your speech, in your tone, in your intention. Because a lot of times people can, receive a question and they don't understand where you're coming from. So people need to be explained to a little bit more so than what you have been already. Rejuvenation. I mean, this is something that we've already been really discussing in the last two cards. is giving back, rejuvenating your energy levels, revisiting your focus and your drive, like maybe just sitting down and writing down what your goals are. What is it that motivates you? What is it you need in communication from others to yourself? And vice versa, how you want to communicate with others. So with rejuvenation, it looks like you need a spa day, which is why the beauty card came up. I just got to throw that in there real quick because that's the next one on the list. Get a massage, take a nature hike, or stroll, visit the beach, immerse yourself in animals. If you're a pet person, or if you really like, dogs, cats, go to a shelter, maybe even volunteer a little bit of your time. That's not considered work per se. That would be giving back to yourself if you're an animal lover, such as myself. Taking a drive and not playing the radio. Maybe playing some motivational talks, or even listening to a guided meditation, even though you're not sitting and closing your eyes in peace and quiet. But listening to a guided meditation while driving, keeping your focus on the road, can be very beneficial. Or taking a ride, getting a taxi or an Uber or something and just riding in a vehicle while listening to something like that is super beneficial to your psyche and your whole soul. So, and that goes towards the beauty card. This is asking for you to put a little bit more into, your inner and outer beauty, what makes you feel beautiful, right? What is it that really brings out the highlights of yourself, of who you are, even if you don't feel like it. We've been having some sicknesses in my home, illnesses, and I just showered. I needed so desperately to feel like I was doing something that was like humanist, in a time where I was also feeling like I was dying. Like literally crawled up the stairs, to get to the shower, and then just kind of like sat at the base while the water came down. But it made me feel so much better, and it brought out like this inner shine that was really dulled over by the illnesses that we had been, experiencing. So this card is just asking that these changes really need to be implemented into your life right now, because if they're not, every day is going to feel like the same. Every day is going to feel daunting or drastic, in a sense where you just feel like you're not getting what you really, really crave. And I mean, all four of these things, I literally could not have actually looked at the deck and picked better cards. Like, I love that they all came out. Because it's showing that these are changes you can make today. They can happen right now. It's not something that you have to go out and buy. It's not something that you have to, put too much of your mind work into. It's just these little changes. And more things are going to come from you feeling your best, including, a raise, a new love life, a new car, a new house, a new whatever you need. Something that you've been manifesting can come quicker to you when you are in your best self. I love readings like this. It motivates me. It makes me feel really good about myself. It brings the beauty out in me. Thank you so much for joining me at my channel today. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I look forward to keep reading for you and guiding you in this crazy globe we call the world. Have a very, very blessed day.